Good evening. We start off your regional news this evening in Trinidad. Two fishermen dead, two missing after boat mishap. Moya Yandas paced anxiously along the Carly Bay shoreline yesterday as the party who went searching for her husband Sunarayan Yandas and neighbor Videsh Marlow returned. But Yandas's hope for a miracle was quickly reduced to tears as all the crew returned with was the life jacket her husband was last seen wearing. Sunarayan was the owner of a flat boat that took the ill-fated trip to the Gulf of Paria on Sunday afternoon. Two of his relatives drowned while he and Marlowe disappeared after the jump overboard when the boat began taking in the water. Two men also survived the ordeal. Kenneth Rampasad, who led the search team, said that they reached close to Venezuela but had to return because their gas was running low. Rampasad, a cousin, said that on their way back, he spotted the life jacket floating. According to reports, Sunarayan 51, his brother Chunalal Yandas 53, brother-in-law Kumar Lala 49, cousin Ronald Narayan Singh 36, and Marlowe 23 and his cousin Glenn Paralad 34 left Carly Bay around 1 p.m. on Sunday to fish. But the choppy sea condition caused the boat to take in water, and around 3 p.m. when it began to sink, the men jumped out. Lala, who wore a life jacket, and Paralad were able to swim back to the shore, but the others drifted away. The TNT Coast Guard responded, and along with the men's relative and fellow fishermen, the search began but was called off a few hours later because of the fading light. The search resumed, and around 11:30 yesterday, they found the bodies of Chunalal and Narayan Singh, which had drifted almost 80 kilometers southeast from where they jumped overboard. The search continued for Sunarayan and Marlowe late yesterday. Lala said Narayan Singh had held on to a cooler, but the current was too strong. Still in Trinidad, a murderous and notorious Venezuelan gang has infiltrated Trinidad and Tobago's borders, and many of them are now part of the criminal landscape that has intensified this country's violence over the last few months. The findings, senior intelligence sources say, are contained in a number of secret intelligence reports that has been recently prepared by various arms of local law enforcement authorities. Guardian media saw the reports, which highlighted the worrying trend of the presence here of the members of the Venezuelan gang Ivande. Law enforcement officers say several hundred members of Ivande, which reportedly has more than 650 members, are in this country illegally. The law enforcement reports say Ivande members have been responsible for several violent crimes in Venezuela, including high-profile kidnappings and murders. However, Ivande members here have now embedded themselves with local gangs and have also sought jobs on construction sites across the country. The reports also pointed to the gang's involvement in the trafficking of narcotics and firearms in this country. What authorities have also unraveled in their investigation is that Ivande members fled Venezuela for TNT not only to escape rival gangs, but also the Venezuelan Guardian Nacional, who were given instructions to dismantle their operations due to their violent and heinous nature. Another high-ranking intelligence officer familiar with the report said the Venezuelan gangs operate with a different modus operandi. Criminologist Darius Figueroa, who spoke to the TNT Guardian last Saturday, said Venezuelan gangs have been setting up organized criminal operations here and using their compatriots in these activities. And finally, over to Antigua. 63-year-old Morel Tula Shadiq has been ordered jail for 42 years for murdering a farmer, Conroy Laro Andrew, on his property back in 2014. Justice Lane Morley handed down the decision yesterday afternoon, stating that this will likely mean Shadiq will not be eligible for remission before he is 89, making it a distinct possibility that he will die in jail. The judge said the time spent on remand shall be counted as part of the sentence. Shadiq has been behind bars since his arrest in 2016. Back at the trial last year, the star's witness, Andre Gutter Snipe Joseph, who was also accused of murder but pleaded guilty to the murder and turned crowned witness, said he followed Shadiq on a bus to Sweets Village and was told they were going on a move which led them to the victim's farm. Joseph said he stayed some distance behind as instructed by Shadiq, who went ahead. Then he heard a single gunshot. Several shots subsequently rang out, and Shadiq returned and told him he had shot the man. They went back to the scene, and Joseph said he remained silent after they left because Shadiq threatened to kill him if he told anyone. Justice Morley noted Shadiq shot Andrew through the left side of his head with an old .25 pistol from 19 feet, killing him instantly. At the time of the incident, Shadiq, was intruding on Andrew's farm to steal cannabis and had been confronted by him. Shadiq has recruited Joseph, who was 18 at the time with a learning difficulty, to look for farms to steal cannabis that day, November 10, 2014. Another farmer who saw Shadiq and Joseph approaching Andrew's farm called and alerted the man to that fact, identifying Shadiq specifically since he was well known to him. It was not until 2 years later that the police learned exactly what happened. And that has brought us to the end of your regional news this evening. Back to you, Javon.